Today, I want to talk to you guys about the 10 ways to get better with women. Now, some people think that getting better with women or being good with women is something that you're born with and that is supernatural. I'm here to tell you that that is 100% not the case. I was one of those kids who thought that you had to be natural, born with it. I thought you had to be a certain height. I thought you had to look a certain type of way, need a certain jewelry. I'm here to tell you that none of that is true. I'm here to tell you that you don't know what you don't know, right? There are guys in wheelchairs that are in relationships with bad girls. There are guys with Down syndrome that are in relationships. There are guys that are chopped that are in relationships. So that means that it's quite literally possible. So I'm going to tell you the things that I had to learn to break out of that mindset to actually allow me to get better with women and get more women and get the girls I want and create the relationships I want and go on dates and have intercourse, whatever your desire is. I'm going to break that down in 10 ways today for you. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. The first thing I wrote down is understand your value. This was the very first turning point for me. I was in a relationship for 2 years. I ended that, wanted a new fresh start, talked to a couple of girls in between during that summer. One of them was just a entanglement. Like all we did was enjoy each other's physical company. After that, I came across a couple of girls that I actually had crushes on. Like I thought they were bad, and they gave me the time of day. However, once they gave me the time of day, it never lasted. So I kept taking accountability and saying, now, obviously I can get these girls, but I can't keep these girls. It must be something that I'm doing wrong. I came across Taekwondo. I paid for his Patreon. And the thing that changed my life was realizing the importance of self-worth, self-value, and your self-image. So, understand your value. What exactly does that mean? That means understanding what you have to offer and the type of person you are and not allowing somebody else to tell you who you are. See, I took pride in letting people tell me who I was. And at the end of the day, I wasn't the happiest. At the end of the day, I wasn't getting exactly what I wanted. So I focused on my self-image. I focused on recreating myself. What do I want to be known for? What type of person do I want? What type of characteristics do I want to have? What type of composure? Like how do I want to come off to people? I had to focus on that. Okay. I also had to focus on what do I have to offer right now? What things do I like about myself? What don't I like about myself? Can I control the things that I don't like about myself? All of those things. But it starts with understanding I'm enough. Even at this point right now, I can get a girl. Literally. So even at the point that you're at right now, you can get a girl. Want to know why? Because you have things that are valuable that another girl will find valuable. It's on you to realize those things so that these women that you're trying to get and talk to will realize those things as well. For me, I'm a caring, genuine, understanding person. I'm very thoughtful. I'm very attentive, right? I know this about myself, so I take pride in doing so. I don't tell these girls I'm this way. I show these girls I'm this way. And this doesn't mean I'm going to get every girl by doing so. I'm not saying that this is the way to get a girl, but I do understand that if I'm displaying these things, this is what a girl will accept from me. And if she values those things, then she'll want to be here with me. And then I don't have to worry about being somebody I don't have to because I'm sticking to my values and my morals and my principles. And it's allowing me to attract a girl that appreciates the things that I'm offering her. So 1 is understand your value. Number 2, become mentally tough. Now, when I say become mentally tough, I'm going to break down what that means. That isn't, I don't know what your definition of mentally tough is, but I just did a Patreon video on this book, The Training Camp, and we went over the 20 things, 20 ways to become more mentally tough. So if you're interested in that, check out the Patreon. It's going to be linked in the description. But basically, mentally tough is literally positive thinking. How are you dealing with tough, high pressure situations, and how are you reacting and responding to those things? So mentally tough to me is all about positive thinking. Me dealing with a terrible situation, how am I responding to it? How am I reacting to it? Mentally tough is seeing through it, seeing past it, and finding a solution, honestly. not being a victim mentality, more so being assertive, not just with women and talking, but more so being assertive in certain situations where it's like, oh, this happened to me. Now we not doing no, oh, woe is me, or she did me like this, or I can't get a girl. No, fuck that. That's not mentally tough. That's mentally weak. What can you do about it? Like how I said, when I was struggling with these girls, I took accountability for me not being able to keep them. Obviously, I can get them, but it has to be me if I'm the common denominator. You have to be mentally tough to be able to take accountability and to be able to emotionally be dissatisfied with what you're saying, but it's the truth. It hurts. It's hard. But you have to be mentally tough. Number 3, focus on passion. Focus on passion. What do I mean by that? I mean that we have to detach ourselves from woman being the sole prize. Like, just because you get a girl, everything is going to be cool and all right. No, bro. Once you get that girl, you're not going to keep her because she's literally all you have. You have no time, effort, or energy directed into any type of passion project or any type of purpose. Like, when I was so locked in on my girl and my girls that I was talking to, I was losing focus of my purpose. And when I lost focus of my purpose, or whatever my passion was at the moment, what I did was I gave her too much time, effort, and energy. I basically suffocated her with love. And the thing is, there's nothing wrong with showing love, giving a girl time, effort, and energy. However, you do need time and space from each other. And I'm not saying you should force this time and space. I'm not saying you should leave her on red or deliver for hours and hours and hours to create that mysterious feeling that these dating coaches are telling you. I'm not saying that. I'm saying if we really lock in on something that we really enjoy, for me it was content. I was playing baseball for a long time. I'm into sports betting. Whatever I am passionate about, I'm putting my time, effort, and energy into that, which is required to succeed. And it's naturally creating that separation, that time, that space from my girl. But it also gives me something to talk about when we do talk. Even if she isn't interested, I can educate her about it if she's interested in hearing it. But regardless, it just gives me something to talk about. And a lot of guys will talk about, well, I don't know what to talk about when I go talk to that girl. Well, mainly it's because, one, you don't have anything that you're focused on outside of girls. Like, you don't have nothing that you're really focusing on on your life. Because once you are focused and locked in on something in your life, you kind of want to see what other people are focused and locked in on in their life. I don't want to get too fat. I don't want to go too far, but I'm going to tie that in a little bit later. So focus on passion so you can create that time and space to actually learn what it is to be disciplined and learn what it is to be consistent. Like, you must succeed in other aspects of your life and use those life lessons and apply them to your relationships and any other things in your life. So number 4 is learn to take risks. Rewards are on the other side of risk. So a lot of y'all want these girls, but y'all aren't even talking to these girls. Y'all aren't taking the risk of being rejected, right? If I want to score 20 points in a basketball game, I have to shoot enough shots to even achieve that. If you want to get a girl, you have to talk to her to even achieve that. Y'all aren't taking the risk. Y'all are too scared to fail to actually achieve, right? I can't hit my 20 points if I'm too scared to miss my jump shots. Then I'm not going to take the jump shots, which meaning it's damn near, it's impossible for me to get to 20 points unless they get 20 technical fouls and I'm the free throw shooter. Like, literally, that's the only way that I will get to 20 points, if I'm not taking the risk and taking that shot to actually get to where I'm trying to go. There were tons of times where I looked at prettier girls and girls I really wanted, and I just never spoke to them. So I never even gave myself a chance. You have to take risks. You have to fall in love with taking risks. You have to be okay with the fact that you're not going to get everything. But That's a negative thinking. If we go back to our mental toughness and go to that positive thinking, instead of thinking of failure and visualizing failure, we're thinking of success and visualizing success. Yo, I'm gonna go talk to her. What if I do get her number? Not what if she rejects me? What if she has a boyfriend? What if she is waiting for me to come talk to her? What if she was looking at me when I wasn't looking at her, and she's waiting for me to talk to her? She's too scared to approach me, but she's begging God for me to come talk to her. Like, it's a certain type of delusion you have to give yourself to talk yourself out of these negative thoughts. But you have to do that so that you can emotionally want to take risk. So that's why that mental toughness is one of the top ones on the list, because it impacts a lot of these other steps to get there. Number 5, listen more than you speak. How is listening more than I speak my homie gay girls? I'm glad you asked. Because once I started taking those risks and talking to these girls and getting their numbers and taking a risk to get them on the phone, I had to find a way to flow a conversation. I had to find a way to make an impact. I didn't want to be the same as these other guys. So I wanted to be able to make an emotional connection. Shout out to Taekwondo for putting this mindset in my head. But I wanted to talk about certain things that she may not have talked to the different guys about. I wanted to have a deep connection, a conversation with substance. And nothing gets you a deeper connection than conversations with substance. So, how do you get to a conversation with substance? I have plenty of videos on that. I even have the magnetic mouthpiece, which is in the description below. But it's being curious. It's being curious. Listen more than you speak. Why? You want to know why? We all love to talk to people that are great listeners. And we hate to talk to people that don't listen. It feels like we're talking to a brick wall. Sometimes we can't even talk at all because they're cutting us off when we're trying to talk. We don't like that. However, you will be called a great person to have a conversation with if you do 2 things. 1, if you listen more than you speak. And 2, if you ask good questions. Asking good questions will allow you to listen more than you speak, because a good question will allow them to speak more. And I dropped a video on this. Good questions are not longer questions. Good questions are literally simple questions. It's just how you are layering your questions. The example I used. You asked me what's my favorite basketball team. My favorite basketball team is the Golden State Warriors. Well, you notice that I'm not from California, but you don't know that. So let's say, why do you like the Golden State Warriors? You from California or something? No, I'm not from California. When I was a kid, I have a whole backstory on why I like the Golden State Warriors. I'm the one doing all the chatting, but you asked me a question to get me to chat, and it's a good flowing conversation. You're good at listening. And not only that, I'm gonna tell you the backstory of what's going on, and you're gonna ask me another question about one of those things I said, or you're gonna make a statement about one of those things I said. Have you ever seen them play in person? Actually, I have. I went to them. I was in college one year. But like, just layering your questions to be related to what we're talking about. But it all comes down to genuine curiosity. Ah, man. There's so much game it's in the Patreon. I talk about being attentive because, ooh, boy, when you listen more than you speak, boy, you start to get more information that you can use later and really sauce her up. I don't want to. It's too deep. That's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. Number 6, be intentional. What does being intentional mean? That means talking and moving and doing everything with a purpose. When I'm swiping up on a girl's story, I'm doing it with a purpose. What's my purpose? I want to create a conversation, but I still want her to know that I'm somewhat interested. So what I'm saying is going to, the way she answers is going to tell me everything I need to know. When I'm sending this message, when I'm texting a girl for the first time, if I ask you what you're doing, it's an intentional what you're doing. Why? I have a purpose behind it. What's my purpose? I want to get you on the phone. Why do I want to get you on the phone? Because I know that it creates comfort. And when I create comfort, it makes it easy for me to take you out on a date. When I take you out on a date, I know I have everything. I understand my value. I know myself so well. I listen so well. I'm so attentive. I know exactly what I need to do to emotionally fulfill you to where you want to stay with me and be with me again. And the more time you spend with me, the better it's going to get. You're going to learn more about me. Why? Because I'm listening more than I'm speaking every time we do talk. So at some point, you're going to get curious. And I'm not the type to tell you what I like to do. I'm the type to just do it and show you. Because when I tell you what I'm trying to do, I'm kind of forcing it. LeBron don't tell the niggas he the GOAT. He just show y'all he is the GOAT. I don't have to tell her that I'm the best man for her. I believe that. If it comes to time where I have to pop it, I will pop it. I will pop my shit if I have to. But it's no need to. I like to show you, like, yeah, I'm a gentleman. You boom. Oh yeah, I take care of this. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I'm locked in. That's just how it gotta be. But it all goes back to being intentional, doing everything with a purpose. Being intentional. When you're intentional, you can see progression. A lot of y'all don't progress to the next stages of a relationship or whatever because y'all lack that intention of what y'all are trying to do and where y'all are trying to go. See, when you have a clear intention, then you start asking yourself clear questions and giving yourself clear answers, which gives you clear actions. Oh my gosh. When you have clear actions, then you can start making that progress because you're doing what you need to do to get to where you're trying to go. Why? Because you're intentional. Why? Because you have that clarity of where you're trying to go. Next, number 7, have fun. Girls just want to have fun. See, when I was listening to a lot of this how to get girls type of content, it was very informative, but it was also very misleading because I was lacking the experience of actually talking to girls. And sometimes I would have very, very serious conversations and girls will say, though, that was deep or whatever, but girls really just want to enjoy themselves and have a good time. So if you can learn how to sprinkle the seductiveness with the enjoyment and having fun and playing around and cracking a joke, like, that is the perfect combination because once again, we're emotionally fulfilling her to where she wants to come back and spend more time with us over and over and over again. And we emotionally fulfill her on the phone, making her laugh, making her have a good conversation, like making her think. Like, we're emotionally fulfilling her and we're giving her that dopamine every time she talks to us or every time she sees us. Next, we have 8. Lose expectation. I wish I could have moved that one up to the top because it kind of goes with becoming mentally tough, understanding your value and stuff like that. You have to lose expectation. Like, you cannot, no girl owes you nothing. Like, no girl owes you anything in life. She don't owe you a text back. She don't got to text you back in 10 minutes. She can text you back because you don't know what she got going on. Prior to you, it could have been a nigga there. She could be busy. She could be locked in and focused. She could have the passion that she's prioritizing. You never know, but what you got to do is lose expectation. That goes for positives, is meaning don't expect it to go your way, and also negative. Don't expect it not to go your way. How about we just go figure the shit out? Let's not expect, let's experience. Let's lose expectation and gain experience. That's all it is. Keep it that simple. I'm going to keep it that simple. I'm going to move on from it. But surrender to the things that are out of your control. If it's out of your control, there's no need to even worry about it. We're wasting willpower, energy. And chat, I don't know if you noticed, but chat, our bodies are like batteries. Our bodies and our brains are like batteries. Do you notice that when you struggle to make disciplined decisions, it's typically because you made so many decisions during the day, your willpower battery is gone. Your willpower battery is gone. So when we focus on things that are out of our control, we're wasting our willpower. So we have to surrender to those things, let them be, focus on what we can focus on, control what we can control, and lose expectation, gain experience. Number 9, explore new experiences. This kind of ties in with having fun, like have fun. One thing I love to do, because it always leaves an impact, not only for her, but for me as well, is experiencing new things. I want to have a new experience with you, so that way I'm forever tied to that experience. Whenever you go to this restaurant you ain't never been to before and you enjoyed it and you was with me and it was a restaurant you wanted to go to, you will always associate that restaurant with me because I was the first person to take you there. I was the first person to take you to see Christmas lights. I was the first person to go on a Ferris wheel with you. Like, stuff like that. I like to be the very first person because it's engraved in their brain. That's just a bonus onto the type of person and the type of interaction you have while you're there, but creating new experiences while being the guy is just chef's kiss. And lastly, number 10, never get comfortable. Never get comfortable. You must always evolve. You must always evolve, because when you get comfortable, that's when you start slacking. You lose the passion. You start losing your value. Like, no, don't get comfortable, bro. You must always evolve. Always learn. Always read. Always listen to podcasts. Always try to get stronger. Always try to become more valuable, to the point where I kind of look at it as like, I want to become so valuable, like it will be dumb for my girl to leave me. Like, I use that as fuel. Like, bro, heartbreak is like one of the, like, I hate that. Like, I hate the people leaving, like leaving me. Death, relationship, I hate people leaving. So I use that as fuel, as like, I better not get comfortable. If I get comfortable, she's going to leave me. I need to become a person where it's dumb if she leave me. And if that's the case, that means I always have to evolve, I always have to grow, and I can never get comfortable. All right, so these are 10 ways to get better with women. If you enjoy, drop a like. If you got any questions, drop it in the comments. If you want to get better with your game, learn how to get the girls you want, stop struggling with women, check out the Patreon, link in my bio. If you want to get better with your words, check out Magnetic Mouthpiece, link in my bio. If you want to improve your confidence, check out Conquering Confidence, link in my bio. I'll catch y'all boys next video.